Jesus, why is there so much Marvel in this DC logo?
If it wasn't obvious before, Jeremy and his writers seem to have run out of material and are just saying things that they've already said in other videos. I mean, this is the same sin from the Justice League video. Lazy much? Also, this is the first of many Marvel references throughout this video, so he's going to get 10 sins every time he makes one.
He went out to fix his shutters in the pouring rain. What he couldn't predict was that he'd fall in love.
Okay, since my critics love to tell me that CinemaSins is satire, what about this is satirical? Where's the commentary on this film here? Or is this just a lame attempt at Screen Junkies? Wait a minute, didn't Jeremy bitch and moan that Screen Junkies stole my idea? You hypocrite.
So, who are you?
Atlanta, Queen of Atlantis.
I'm Tom, keeper of Lighthouse.
This just goes to show that men will go along with any crazy shit if the woman is hot enough.
But does this really prove that trope, considering she's telling the truth? And, threw a goddamn trident into a TV?
The lighthouse is his erect penis.
Jeremy defines boner.
Also, movie sure did yada yada Atlanta's whole integration into human society, huh? I know they're in love and shit, but Thomas just accepted her entire backstory about underwater royalty?
So you're sending this same exact concept for a second time? Not to mention you just stated that they're in love. At this point, her backstory doesn't matter to him. I mean, I love bacon and I don't give a shit about its backstory. Sorry, vegans.
And my father found the love of his life.
Well, as long as two completely different species can mate successfully, what's the harm?
In the film, Atlanteans and humans are cousins, meaning that hybridization is technically possible. Think horses and zebras. I mean, don't you know all about cousins and love?
Legend has it that one day a new king will come.
Nursery rhymes position.
Oh, for f***'s sake.
All things considered, this is a pretty badass action scene. It definitely plays with special effects to make Moulin Rouge look like a bona fide action star, but I'll take this over the f*** you, we're Marvel.
Mentioning Marvel in a DC film cliche.
Fake fish! Fake fish! Fake fish!
Hold me back, Future Birdman. Hold me back.
Being honest, how many people at the aquarium actually saw Arthur's eyes turn yellow there? From this distance, maybe one or two, but certainly not enough to get a collective gasp, right? And why didn't government agencies immediately descend to study the magical talking shark boy?
The people aren't reacting to Arthur's eyes. If you look really closely, you might see that there's a giant collection of aquatic animals congregating behind him.
I won't tell you how to captain, and you don't tell me how to pirate.
What was the point of keeping this asshole alive, if not specifically so that Kane can announce himself as a pirate?
Wait, what was that?
What was the point of keeping this asshole alive?
One more time.
What was the point of... What was the... Have these pirates never actually pirated before? Sure, Aquaman's a badass, but if they attacked him in any other way than this bull, there's no way he'd be winning this fight.
What the hell? In what other way could guys with guns attack Aquaman here? No, seriously, what the f*** are you asking for?
Hey movie, get your Zack Snyder out of my James Wan. Also, Aquaman survives this. I guess he is impervious to bullets, even though Justice League didn't tell us that. But this was a direct hit from one of those big guns, like what took out the T-1000, damn it.
Why wouldn't Aquaman survive this? His durability is damn near Superman level, what with being able to withstand the immense pressures of the ocean and all. Also, the T-1000 wasn't killed by a noob tube, he was melted.
It's not me.
Oh, you're doing it, aren't you?
How does Thomas not know this? This is after Justice League, so the entire world saw them resurrect, then fight Superman in Metropolis.
I'm sorry, what? The entire world saw Superman in Justice League, you say? The entire world?
You that fish boy from the TV?
These guys just want a picture, and it subverts the dumbasses in a bar pick a fight with the metahuman trope we've seen time and again. But who the f*** asks for a picture this way?
Jeremy answers his own question cliche.
Oh, cool. They're all arriving for this year's Tri-Wizard Cup.
Jeremy makes a Harry Potter
The f*** would actually make that noise? And in water, how does the noise issue even work down here? It's not even like Justice League where Pineapple Express made an air bubble for and Arthur to talk. They're just in the f***ing water.
Sound actually travels better through water than it does through air. Seriously, if you're in front of a sperm whale while it's using its sonar, you will f***ing die.
Volko has learned of the location of the lost trident of Atlan. With the sacred trident, the people will listen to you.
But supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not some...
Skip.
Unprecedented sights from all over the world today.
All over the world? How does Orm have that much reach? I get that he can pull some shit in the Atlantic, but is he going to, like, Peru, Mumbai, Djibouti?
You're aware that Atlanteans have the ability to control the ocean, and that the ocean is all over the world, right? Right?
Why is this jump necessary? They could jump into any area of the water and swim to Atlantis, but they choose the one where jumping into the jagged rocks below is a possibility.
And it wouldn't matter because Atlanteans are extremely durable. Dude, this is basically Superman underwater.
I hid my ship in here.
Do you need a ship for? Both of you are ships.
They need ships for the very reasons humans need cars, boats, and planes. More efficient travel over large distances.
Your fish ship has been marinating in chum butter.
Weird, this is the same thing I said to my college girlfriend after the first time we had sex without a condom.
In the long list of disgusting things you've said over the years, this takes the fucking cake.
Oh, there's a Bifrost underwater now? I can't wait until Thor dukes it out with Aquaman for the throne of sexiest comic book character alive.
Jeremy makes a Marvel ref.
We use this air pocket as an extra layer of precaution. Only the highborns can breathe water as well as air.
I can guarantee you there's at least one Ethan Hawke Gattaca type that can breathe air and would if it weren't for his asshole father.
What even is this bullshit?
Because for a century, they have polluted our waters.
Hey, humans have been polluting the water for much longer than a century.
Hey smartass, this is a reference to the Industrial Revolution, which is generally understood to have been in full swing in the 1840s, meaning a minimum of 178 years. There also weren't measurable amounts of oceanic dumping until the early to mid-1900s, shrinking that 178 years to a minimum of 68 years and a maximum of 118 years. For a century is being used correctly here.
But if I win, you're over.
Let's do it.
Awesome. It's not like I didn't see a much better version of this pissing contest earlier in the year in Black Panther.
Mentioning Marvel Ex Machina.
Will you escort my betrothed to the royal box?
Doesn't she already have the royal box, though? Wow, how did the Atlanteans get Neil Peart down here?
Sending Neil Peart.
This movie is literally playing a hip-hop cover of Toto's Africa as we pan over the Saharan desert, and I think my brain just officially curdled.
Fuck you, that was one of the best parts of the movie.
Look, movie, if you're gonna make a big deal out of Mera practically vomiting because she's never been up this high before, then you can't make her fearlessly jump out of a goddamn airplane without any reservations. And I know it's sand they're about to jump into, but now I've gotta ask, what exactly would kill these two if not this fall?
Dude, what are you not getting about Atlanteans being super durable? And air sickness is the result of her eardrum sending her brain conflicting signals due to this being her first time in a plane.
Oops, major hologram faux pas there, Manta. One time, Obi-Wan did that to Yoda, and Yoda nearly ended that motherfucker.
I can't for the life of me figure out what the hell Jeremy is talking about here.
Converts water into beams of energized plasma.
So, a super soaker?
What universe do you live in where super soakers shoot plasma? Cause it ain't this one.
I guess Manta's got a Manta, but isn't Kane a fucking pirate? This montage makes him look like goddamn Tony Stark when he's been shown to be a competent but very straightforward thief.
We only got one scene with him earlier. They haven't been able to establish anything yet. But this is the movie, right now, establishing that he's competent at building his own tech.
Now we are stranded.
So, just like that, eh? He just fell down into the secret world in the middle of the desert, buried by mountains of sand.
Please stop manipulating scenes to fool your gullible audience. The scene prior to this is Mera using a tracker to get to this exact spot.
It's completely dried out.
Well, look, sometimes it takes a little while to get things going. Try some more forced pseudo-romantic banter to see if that helps.
Okay, dude. F***ing stop. You've been cringy this entire video. We get it. You want to prove you've had sex before. Welcome to puberty.
What are you doing?
We need water. Near the closest source. Now hold still.
Can't they just pee on it? Do they pee? You would think they pee.
Could have just peed on it.
You see? No, seriously, this one tiny fucking drop of flop sweat powers this entire thing that previously had to be underwater to work. You should have peed on it!
So you're stealing jokes from the movie you're trying to sin. Okay, Amy Schumer, tell me this. If a bead of sweat worked, why should they have peed on it? To get the exact result they already did? Genius!
What did you say?
Something, tried it.
Is Aquaman supposed to be dumb? I know he's quippy and he drinks a lot, but he seems like he's able to process information pretty well. But in the last few scenes, he's gone completely meathead.
CinemaSins describes CinemaSins.
No one will be seated during the Walk in the Clouds portion of the movie.
With all the cringy sex jokes you've been telling, how can you send Amber Heard right here? Look at how beautiful this woman is.
Marcus Agrippe. He was a great general, but he wasn't a king.
See, he's not stupid, and movie cannot make up its mind if it wants to be consistent or squeeze a cheap laugh out of the audience.
Dude, this is the film showing that Arthur has a devil-may-care attitude towards things, and that he is growing into the king he will one day be, aka the hero's journey.
None of these guys are kings except this guy, Romulus.
Why the f did the Atlanteans consider Romulus a true king? And isn't the Aquaman story steeped in Greek mythology? Doesn't the whole Atlantis mythology come from Plato? But even more important, why would they use human kings as a guide for their trident hunt?
Romulus was the first king of Rome, probably the most historically significant dynasty ever. Second, this is a comic book film. The elements can be whatever the writers of the books wanted them to be.
God damn it, stop with the surprise explosions movie. Till you learn your lesson, I'm assigning you 10 cents.
When is an explosion not a surprise, Jeremy? Go on, tell me.
I know this is a classic villain outfit, and there was an actual reason given about why the helmet is so big, but holy bejesus, this looks so stupid.
Jeremy thinks the badass, damn near comic-accurate Black Manta costume looks stupid. I think I speak for the entire comic book community when I say,
Fuck you.
Also, by the way, there are no tourists at this extremely touristy part of Sicily, especially on this beautiful day.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Call me Black Manta.
Did you just say Black Panther? Oh, you said Black Manta. Okay, you're right, totally different. I had Marvel's lawyers on the line there for a second.
Marvel!
How'd you find me? Your lady friend has people who like to keep tabs on her.
Why bother even telling him this shit, even if you're sure you're going to kill Aquaman?
If you were paying attention, you may have noticed that Black Manta was stalling in order to lock onto his target.
Well, you've seen Aquaman get full blasted by Black Manta in this movie, and he didn't die. Now we're supposed to worry when he falls off a building and hits a bunch of stuff on the way to the ground? What can actually kill him? This is the Superman problem. Only worse, because his powers have never been defined.
Welcome to why the books fucking matter. If you want to be a pedantic asshole and not accept that the movie is showing you that he is extremely durable, yet can be harmed by Black Manta's technology, then your only other reference would be the comics which these characters are based on. And to suggest that his powers haven't been defined is a flat-out lie. We've seen him demonstrate superhuman strength, speed, durability, the ability to breathe and communicate underwater, the ability to communicate with sea life.
They're from the depths! They're scared of the light!
We interrupt this Aquaman movie to bring you a very special presentation of Pitch Black.
Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the film cliche.
So that flare's just gonna work underwater, huh? Don't underwater flares require some sort of hose that supplies oxygen, a bubble around the flame, and other science facts?
And this is why simply asking questions doesn't count as sins. Flares clearly work underwater due to the magnesium and strontium nitrate they burn, which is also the reason for the bright red color of the flame.
Meanwhile, Joe Musial fires up a magnesium torch. Magnesium burns so hot that water can't extinguish the flame, and the reaction releases oxygen from the water needed to support the combustion.
They totally Michelle Pfeiffer and Nicole Kidman to the DC version of the Quantum Realm, didn't they?
You know, for a DC fan, you sure can't keep Marvel's D out of your M.
Seriously, why the bullshit quest if Arthur was the only one who could pull the sword from the stone? Trident from the Atlantean? You could have stuck this thing in the middle of Atlantis' town square and saved time.
The reason Arthur was the only one that could take the trident was literally because he has the ability to speak to sea life.
Arthur's transformation into king will be brought to you by random pictures of aquatic sea life. The Luc Besson who directed Lucy will be extremely happy.
Nothing about this is random. This scene is trying to tell you that Aquaman now has the ability to command all sea life.
I'd remove 85,000 sins if either Mera or Atlanta said, "So, did you get the trident?"
So, you like when people ask obviously stupid questions to things that are easily answered by just looking? You should watch CinemaSins, I hear they do that a lot.
Oh man, I bet these battle crustaceans are delicious if they've been living in a brine all these years.
Jeremy sends something he likes cliche.
Yeah, but he's killing a ton of the innocent army, right? I know they started it, but all he's really here for is Orm, so he should just be going after him. What's he even need this big angry Kraken thing for anyway?
These types of sins are really hard to write for. I mean, he's asking random questions thinking they have anything to do with each other and then sending the film for that. Seriously, what the hell does him killing an innocent army have to do with what does he need the Kraken for? That's like me saying, oh, I feel like eating a jelly sandwich, but why do hurricanes affect Florida so often? Ding.
Oh man, they're totally about to fishbone, aren't they?
Jeremy says fishboner.
The giant war crocodile gets ever closer to Aquaman, and he wedges a trident in its jaws to stop him from eating it. But he can talk to this crocodile, right? No need for the trident theatrics.
That's not a crocodile, it's a mosasaurus.
I am Aquaman.
Seems like you could have come up with something cooler than that, but we'll go along with it, I guess.
Pretty sure they've been calling him Aquaman before this movie. And for a guy with 2 first names, do you think you have any right to be making fun of someone's name?
Yeah. なあ聞いたかいるらしいぜ悪魔がそれもそこら中いるみたいで悪魔が だけど実際悪魔ってどんな見かけ、姿形振る舞いまで何も俺は知らねえ。
そりゃ当然悪いさ、なんせ悪魔だしな。見た目もきっとおざましい。